Welcome everyone, I am ScreamingLemon947 and this is my first official art video. Right now I'm drawing 3 different designs for acrylic badge clip that my mom requested. First one will be a grumpy desert frog that's a nurse. So right now I'm drawing out some eyes and whatnot for said nurse frog. And apparently these frogs are actually very rare. And they scream when they get upset or are scared. And I often see videos of people poking them and trying to unbury them. They actually bury each other. My sister mentioned that sometimes these frogs, not sure if this is true or not, sometimes these frogs will bury their young too when they sense danger or whatever. Which is pretty funny when you think about it. Just, hi Timmy, predator's coming. And it's just some hiker or a raindrop, but all of a sudden you're just buried underneath the soil. Pretty funny. Or terrifying. So, yep. I decided to use a texture brush to get a more natural, I guess you can say, look. While working on this, I had the inspiration on my phone because my sister texted it to me, but I couldn't find the exact photo quick enough for my liking. I couldn't find the exact photo of the frog, so I decided just to hold my phone the entire time while I was trying to draw this. Funny enough, these frogs kind of have like a little brow over them, which is pretty funny. And that was just something I would try to keep in mind while working on this. In the background you might notice that this music might sound familiar if you ever played any of Nintendo's older games such as Legend of Zelda's Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. I love both of those. Those are actually my favorite out of the game series, personally. I know there's the Tears one and Breath of the Wild. I've only played a little bit of them, but not enough to really get the whole lore of the thing. Just, I don't know, for some reason that just didn't hit as right as the original ones, but that might be nostalgia. Oh, good. Legend of Zelda game. Pixel ones were okay, and now it's just me ranting about games. So, gotta cut that out. So I'm trying to draw one of those stethoscopes. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. You can see me messing up there multiple times. While trying to draw this, it was a little bit pain in the butt. I'm trying to make it realistic whilst also keeping a comfy and more, what's that word? Well, I took artistic license, obviously. More cartoony feel, yeah. Without it looking just, I don't know, like somebody put a sticker frog, or grabbed a frog from the internet and just slapped down there. And this tool I'm using, a little red ice cream looking thing, or something. Cannot pronounce the tool's actual name, or I don't even know the tool's actual name. But it's like a complete fill brush. Basically, if you have all your lines all filled in, it fills up better for you, other than the actual bucket fill tool. Because I've noticed with that one, any texture brush, it's going to like make it more pixely, if you get what I mean. The program isn't free. I'm paying like $75 a year to use this, which it's a yearly thing, so is what it is. I do like it. Never use Procreate. If anyone's like, why don't I use that? I don't. And funny enough, when I asked like this was years ago, when I asked my dad about it, he's like, what are you talking about? Because one, he did not know that, and two, Procreate literally just means, well, you know, I can't really say it because of, well, I believe YouTube's censors about saying that. So, yeah, I'm just drawing out some stripes I see from the photo. I had some speckles on there because who doesn't like a little speckled toad? Are they toads? What's the difference between a toad and a frog? I think it's just size, mostly. Whether or not they... No, toads can probably swim. I think it's just a size deal. Which... Yeah, I was trying to... Over here, I was adding some, like, shadowy bits. Definitely made the speed paint a little long, so I'm just trying to fill in time with this. But... yeah, I'm adding, like, a red cross on there because that's... at least animation-wise and, like, from cartoony perspective, like from cartoons or I guess shows and whatnot, that is something that you can easily recognize as Nurse. So that's why I chose to use that. And over here I decided to like color pick from the main skin, like the main color of the skin, and like add dark spots wherever, make them look a little more in depth, accentuate his little chubby lines, because that's kind of what this part of my art style goes into. Anything like with a more textured or cartoony feel has to have, it's supposed to look a little bit more chunky. It's not supposed to look realistic at all, or that's kind of like where I lean more into with this brush. Which if you can see there, it's the illuminated blue one. And yeah. So, at this point in time, I was pretty much done. And you can see my mouse is going all haywire right here. I was exporting it into a PNG because JPEG isn't great. And then, so up next is my fat starfish. And as you can see there, here's the original image. My sister was talking about how they found the butt starfish while they were doing like marine biology stuff, like looking over, and they had like a whole bunch of viewers and whatnot. And the second they found the butt starfish, a lot more viewers came on. They actually got a whole lot more support because of this guy. Or was it another one? There's so many images of a starfish with a booty. Where's that? So that, it looks like a shriveled up mess, so time to give it some artistic creativity. Well, I know some starfish do kind of look like that. I'm leaning into the more cartoony bit. So she did request starfish with a butt, as we're trying to look for some more ideas, since my minimum over here, I put one eye, he's looking at you like that. Later on, I do put another eye on him to make it look like he is more so looking at you instead of being a Cyclops. Which, yeah, I don't believe starfish have eyes. I don't think they have like the anatomy to do so. But yeah, from what I can remember, they spit out their stomachs whenever they catch prey. They spit out their stomachs to dissolve them in their stomach acid and eat them alive, and then they scroop it all the way back up. Which, interesting fact, pretty horrifying. Like, imagine an animal on land did that. Well, animal, or actually it's probably an insect that does that, I believe. Is that a feltworm that like spews its acidic guts? I'm getting off track here. So imagine a beast like this coming, like, it wanders into your neighborhood, and all you can do is hide in your house, only for it to go through a window, like have the smallest opening, and just spew everything inside the house to slowly dissolve you. It's essentially what starfish does. So Patrick is horrifying. So over here, I'm just adding some more speckles and ignore that bit. I'm giving it a little bit more redness for definition. And blending that all in. Next, I'm going to add some lighting and then shading. Gotta get that lighting in. Get that shine. So, ow. So I add overlay, or not overlay, I do add glow for this effect. And I use multiply after taking the original color from his body and adding it all over the place. I'm going to lower the resolution, and eventually I do change his line work to be more red. It does look better. Behind there you can see like all a bunch of pins I'm actually working on. I'm waiting for a sale to go on with my distributor. Alrighty, thank you for watching my video.